Race number 6 at Ascot. It's a 72 plus event. It's over the 1600 metres mark. We talked about a little bit earlier that some of the box seat viewers would have enjoyed watching the Glimmer Girl replay. Well, I think a few will enjoy this replay.
Absolutely they will. This is William Pike winning on Terraforce last start.
Terraforce last as heads a turn for home in the straight and infatuated. Races up, grabs the lead from So Who's Harry. They beat off Corporate Larrikin. 2 lengths Glitterbell. What did you do behind them? Coming to the 150, infatuated the leader. Settlers Creek looming as the big danger. It's the immediate threat, and Terraforce is coming through between them as well. Settlers Creek, Terraforce lunging at it late. Don't think it got there.
Huge run by Terraforce. Looked no chance at the top of the straight. Looked no chance at 200 metres out, 150 metres out. But then William Pike did what he did best and was able to weave and wive and get the horse over the line in a photo finish. But for mine, you cash in when you can with a horse like Terraforce, and then you get the hell away. And for mine, it won't be winning this race. I think it comes up against some nicer ones.
Has to be said though, lose nothing with Jared Noski going on board. Number 8 there down the bottom, Pushing Shapes, was scratched from a race last week. The form lines behind Galaxy Star look good enough to win this, and he just looks to be a much more polished and professional animal this time in.
Really like Pushing Shapes, such a nice animal. We knew that early on in its career as well. He's attacking the line strongly. I think the small field's really going to suit.
Number 3 there, Ripperio, winner last week. Adam, interesting to see how he comes into this race. Barrier 2 looks ideal. William Pike sticks.
Had to jump over a couple of feet and legs through that run as well and still attack the line. I think the 1600 metres is ideal, and I've got this horse on top from 1 Infatuated. Should get a much better run race than it did against Terraforce last time. Number 8 Pushing Shapes and 7 the Cobbler.
I've got number 8 on top here, Pushing Shapes from 3 Ripperio. Looks one of the better Quinellas of the day from the 5 Politics, and number 6 Terraforce.
Race number 7 at Ascot. It is the listed Raconteur Stakes. It's over the 1500 metres. Mark, we saw a couple of these, of course, racing the listed breeders, and we had to be impressed with what we saw from Key Lister.
Yes, that's the replay we'll have a look at. Key Lister winning, but look out for Variation and also Parading.
Classic and Quillista, and Pike sitting there as quiet as a church mouse, about to take her off the bridle. Here comes Variation though down the outside with his runner. The Guineas winner down the outside looms up. Pike has to draw the whip on the filly Quillista. Quillista responds. Variation's coming to the end of it all. Then Parading, Elegant Blast. Well, she got the shock of her life when he came, but she was too good. She pricked her ears and pulled away from him.
Brilliant performance by Key Lister. I don't think we can take anything away from her. She was out there, she was vulnerable, and when she saw Variation come, she just knuckled down late and stepped through those gears and proved too good. But for mine, it was a really good performance by Variation. First up over the 1400 metres, carrying the 59 kilos. I think the horse will only take improvement from that. There's good speed in this race. I think they can just sit off and then attack the line strongly. And I think with that 2 kilo swing, Variation can turn the tables.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, Adam. Does meet it better at the weights and was just lacked a bit of condition in the final stages last start there at Bunbury. But Key Lister also, she wanted to over-race and pull a little bit, and she has been up a long time. So interesting to see how William Pike rides, or whether they let her roll out in front or try to strangle her back with a sit. Also Parading in this race. Joseph as a party rides for David Harrison, scratched from a much easier race on Wednesday to race in this.
Yeah, I'm surprised they scratched from Wednesday. I thought they were an absolute shoo-in when it came to that race, but they obviously think they're a very good chance here. I've got them 3rd as well. I think they can run a nice race. Look, this horse, when it's been at Ascot prior, you'll see it's had the 2 starts and never placed. It's just been an unsuitable race. It's been 1200 metres, drawn average gates, had to go back. This horse just needs its own space, and I think in a race like this where there's good tempo, it'll get that chance. It'll really appreciate the 1500 metres, and I think you certainly have it in your 4. But I think it's a race between the 2 here, and I'm going with Variation to turn the tables on Key Lister. Parading can run a nice 3rd, and Ravelli with 53 kilos can certainly run a race.
I'm with you, Adam. Another really nice Quinella here. Number 1 Variation from the 5 Key Lister. 2 Gangbuster dropping from 2200 to 1500, and 7 Western Temple.
Race number 8 at Ascot. It is the one that we have been waiting for. It's a Group 2 Sweps WATC Derby over the 2400 metres. And Mark, we thought when we took a look at this, just without looking into the form lines, it might just be a race between the 2 girls, but it's certainly not. It's very open, and there's 10 of 16 jockey changes from the previous race that they all were in.
Yeah, very interesting statistic there, Adam. Let's go back and have a look at the replay, though, of the Mel Vista Stakes.
They're followed further back behind them. Taxigano, Gangbuster, Trap for Fools is the leader. Gadding is the one coming down the outside. Final Salute further back. Gangbuster on the outside. Gadding, Final Salute. Pike goes to work. Final Salute, Gadding. And now Taxigano. Gadding, Final Salute. They go to the line. Tight head bobber. Gadding, I think. I think it...
Brilliant performance by Gadding in the Mel Vista. Sat dead last. You could see Mature Ortier pop his head around a couple of times. Went with its run. Final Salute went with its run, and then it was a photo finish in the end. I think these two are right in the race, to be honest. As I said, when analysing the form lines, I think the boys come well into this. We talked about on our podcast the backup as well that the girls have to do only 1 week. The boys have had that extra rest. They've had some nice runs throughout as well. So I think Gadding and Final Salute can play a part. The bar plates go on Final Salute, a small concern for mine, and I think Gadding gets advantage from the barrier as well. I think Final Salute has to be in front of it if they're going to beat it.
Well, they're the only ones with form over 2,400 metres now are the girls, but over 2,200 metres, the equivalent race, the Natasha to the Mel Vista, which we just saw. The boys actually have a faster time, and the one with the fastest time over 2,200 metres is At the Ready, who beat the older horses a few starts ago. Look, this is a very intriguing race. I've got Final Salute on top, Adam. I think it'll stalk Gadding in the run. I think the further back you are, the better, because there will be a nice tempo set by the likes of Trap for Fools and, of course, Master Magician. So, look, a really intriguing race. We've also got an Eastern States visitor in Rock With You for Leon and Troy Corstens. Where's the Rosemont Stud Colours? And, look, won a really nice maiden at Benalla by 13 lengths, so you have to respect there.
You certainly do. Look, it was a pretty weak race. Time wasn't sensational, but winning by 13 lengths, 5 wide around the corner, and clearly doing the best work over the final 100 metres. This horse wants the 2,400 metres. You don't send a horse over to WA unless you think you're a chance, and Jared Noski takes the ride as well.
Adam, give us your own top selections for this race.
I'm going to go with number 14, Royal Star, but I'm quite bullish about Gadding as well if you want to price in this race. From 2, Final Salute, and 13, Very Tempting.
Now, I've gone Final Salute on top here. Number 2, from the 1, Gatting. Number 4, At the Ready. And 14, Royal Star.
Final race of the day at Ascot is a 1,200 metre event, a 66 plus. And Mark, we're going back a little while for our replay, but geez, we're going to a good horse.
We certainly are. The one right down the bottom there, Royal Missile, this very nice filly by Smart Missile. Adam, we go back to the 15th of October where Royal Missile beat the eventual WA Guineas winner and the champion fillies winner in Samovar and Variation.
Here's Samovar peeling to the outside, letting down and running on Glimmer Girl and Variation, trying to push into the clear. Minus looks 200 to go from Samovar. Here's Royal Missile coming from the back of the field. This is going to be a big effort to get up and win from where it's come from. It'll get up all right. It's coming down the outside from the back end. Terrific performance. Royal Missile beats Samovar.
Well, she ticked all of the boxes in that performance, didn't she? It was a brilliant ride by Peter Nucky. Just sat there quietly and then just attacked the line with that brilliant turn of foot. But the recent trial was good. The biggest thing to note is they had no blinkers and they are on for race day. Simon Miller, the master of getting a couple of lengths out of horses when he does that. Barrier 3, they're going to get a really nice race here. For mine, I just want to see her have this race, and I'll be pretty keen to back her over 14 and 1,600 metres, but you have to respect it.
Yeah, you certainly do. Barrier 3 looks like she'll get the lovely run in the race. We've also got there number 7, Kawanzo, Adam. Now, we can't forget this horse a few starts ago. I think it might have been about 6 starts ago. Beat a really nice one in 3 votes.
Yeah, certainly did. So you respect that form when you see a horse racing in a race with speed. You then only have to go back 3 starts ago to see beaten 3.5 by Man Booker and what that horse has done since. And then from Barrier 12 and Barrier 11 hasn't been too far away either. I think from Barrier 6 with 56.5 kilos, finishing the top 3 4 occasions from 6 attempts at the track and distance and the speed we mentioned, I think Kawanzo's right in this race and I'm happy to play each way.
Number 1, Maginica, Clint Johnston Porter rides for Jeff Durant and Jason Miller. Comes off about a month freshen up after that gutbuster behind Kensington Abbey.
Yeah, needed that rest as well, didn't it? So I think it was just a bit of a tough performance. Barrier 4 gets the 1.5 kilos off its back and has to be respected. But I'm hoping for each way odds here in the last about number 7, Kawanzo. From 1, Maginica, 5 Key to Fame and 11, Royal Missile.
I've got the filly on top here, number 11, Royal Missile. From number 1, Maginica, 5 Key to Fame will give a good side out in front, and 8, Patrimonio.
Time now to take a look at our best bets of the card, and Mark, I'm going to go with race 1, number 4, Snow Lord, and then race 4, number 1, Let It Slip.
Adam, I'll follow in with Snow Lord here, and I'll go to race 8, number 7, Final Salute. Really keen on the sun, not a single doubt.
As we always do say, you can follow us on social media. You can see them all there in perthracing.com.au. It is Derby Day this Saturday, black and white. Make sure we see you out there, and hopefully we found you a couple of winners.